Welcome back to Goblins of Conquest.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
And then, of course, next go his buddies. The Hobgoblins drop to a knee. They basically drop to a knee, spike their weapon on the ground, and say they're pledging themselves to you. They're following the Hobgoblin code of the stronger Hobgoblin leads. And obviously, you just walked up and co-cocked this whole room with your holy symbol, let's say. And then slowly the goblins are getting all really quiet and backing away from you because they just realize the guy who's been killing them regularly and sending them on suicide missions because he's the boss is just kowtowed like they do to him to you. And they're just like, what's going on here? I don't like when there's a change in politics.
It's usually a bloodbath for us. Well.
So, Rogue. All of a sudden, you're noticing the swath of goblins are moving past you. The hobgoblin that you tried to stab is on his knee.
Okay.
Yes, that would provide advantage if you want to do anything horrible to him.
So I gather what I missed
you gather that
we're basically in charge. Was the
he threw the this is my house and they natural 20. They taste the god of tyranny on their tongue from his words. They taste that this paladin can lead them to true victory. Obviously, I mean, look the way his crew runs. His crew runs pretty hard.
Go hard or go home.
I'm gonna try again to kill the guy in the restaurant. You guys don't even know I'm here. Shut up.
roll with advantage.
50.
That will hit.
It's
awesome.
A goblin, right?
It's a hobgoblin.
Okay, so
she's basically jumping on his back and going red wedding style.
I'm gonna stab down
straight
his spine, or
right
next to his spine.
Well, let's see how lethally this is.
All right, so now it's. Oh, that's fine.
You get your backstabby bonus. So the extra d6.
No, this says once per turn, right?
Yeah.
It's a new turn. Duh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just that you can't multi-type with you only get one shot with it.
All right. 7, 10.
Oh, you ruined my funny line.
Now he dropped to a knee. This arrow has slowly been trickling a little blood. He would have been fine for your stab from the back. He would have. Except for the blood loss he took from that arrow that he's not moving. Because all of a sudden, you just see hobgoblin ears pop up and daggers sink right into the opening of his armor. And he just immediately falls forward dead.
And I'm going to land on his back and I'm going to be like, hey guys!
How was that hobgoblin protocol?
Yeah. That's funny because that hobgoblin's now laying to sleep next to you. And you never know, he could always be saved.
Yeah, okay.
You took one of ours, so we took one of yours.
At this point, I don't even know if I'm going to save the bugbear.
So, Fighter,
I can't hear
she
you
just
right now.
drops this hobgoblin at your feet.
Brought you an offer.
There's a sound of metal on stone.
It's weird. It sounded like a can opener.
Only the best sound effects.
Has anyone reacted to this?
No one has reacted yet. There's this awe of silence in the room right now. All the goblin entourage are puckering, and then you almost hear restrained giggles. Now, it wasn't just from the ranger. It wasn't just from the road. But you swear there's going to be a cackle choir of giggles coming from the goblins that just saw one of the hobgoblins shake from behind.
I was going to ask him for my arrow back if we...
You could ask me for your arrow back. I could get it for you.
Probably broke.
So,
Probably broke it now.
You get the idea that they are kowtowing.
yeah, so where's the chief?
One is the
He's
one
the
is
that one, yep.
Oh, right.
Okay,
The one that looks like a
Might be
hobgoblin.
better off.
okay, so I'm going to make my way here,
I thought it would be
Okay.
funny if my one arrow was from his leg.
and by now the wrapping has fallen off, and it's this
That
jet
was
black
talking about
executioner sword.
Okay.
So I'm slowly stalking my way across the.
And his eyes are just on the ground. He's broken at this point.
So I bring the tip just under his head to lift it so that he can see.
And he looks with just depression up the length of the black blade. It's as dark and lifeless as his eyes. And looks at you, and then he kind of glances over to the paladin across the room.
The crown.
And then you just see this lip comes down to almost a frown. He refuses to show any more emotion because he's broken inside. And he kind of leans his head, and the crown kind of like falls forward onto your sword. And it's this cheap copper circlet, but it's a crown for a goblin.
Greater than 0.
Looks good from a distance.
Yeah. I toss it. Throw it at the paladin.
Okay.
There you go, chief.
And as he looks at you and just bows his head, and he acknowledges that you are the stronger. With your words alone, you bent flesh and spirits. Things that swords and arrows could never rend.
I'm just going to look back and forth between people.
Okay,
Yeah.
cleric, you're seeing this going back
I'm not
and
going
forth.
to turn the gaze. I can't.
If you
just
did,
hear-
if you did, you'd just see a tiny
That's
goblin
what
standing
I-
on the back of a
You're
goblin.
gonna spare. You're gonna
Right.
squat to one knee and just kind of like nonchalantly spare the die.
Be like, get up, asshole.
Bonus, you drop the spell on him.
The
Well,
incantation
that just
is
stabilizes me.
Yeah,
Well, the Spirit of the Dying stables, but she can drop a heal on you now.
Yeah. I can't.
So I got the most kills, right?
As all of a sudden, a couple of the
Actually,
goblins.
you know what? I'm not going to. Since are we out of combat now?
We're technically out of combat.
Okay, so I'm just
You're
going.
gonna let him long rest back to life.
Actually, I'm just going to do a medicine.
Okay, you go ahead and roll me a medicine. You whip out your healer's kit, you put it right on top of him with a rough
Really
rock.
sucks.
What did
You
you
said it was
get?
yours, so she got a 2.
Obviously, he has an infection.
I got a 4 total.
Obviously, he's got an infection of the blood, so you have to bleed him some more.
so. That works.
So you
But
get
I'm
that
not
little-
going to die, so
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll just stay out here.
You're just getting the bad blood out. You should be fine once the bad blood is out.
It's going to
There's
take a
no
while
good
to
blood
get
to
it
put back in it.
Anyone got some twine?
You might want to stitch that shut. Okay, Paladin, you got the crown in your hand. Everyone's looking at you like they're wanting you to tell them what to do. Minus your wisecrackers.
I'll walk over to the seat.
And of
I just
course,
gave you a crown. Come on.
you're going to walk over to the seat.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a dex save versus 12.
Please fall on your ass.
Safe face.
That's when you use it.
Bigger shit, I'm using safe face.
What'd you get?
I got a 7, so that'd be head. So you say face.
Okay, so you start to slip, but then also you like bite your lip and you look around at all these beady eyes looking at you, and you feel their inspiration that you give them in yourself. That gives you the plus that you need to basically push him out of the seat and sit in his place. And he's sitting there next to you, and he's got kind of his hand on his potted twig light. Like it's the last thing he has left in the world. As he's looking at your mouth to avoid making eye contact with you.
I got a lighter. What was your discussion as we entered?
As he's just looking at the ground, he's
What were the plans in motion when we arrived?
We were discussing what we would do with the winter apple.
And what was your plan to do with the winter apple?
We were debating about using it to poison the dragon this year. Be done with the beast. Since the druid is no longer giving us the apples, we have to harvest them ourselves.
Dragon.
I don't think we need to poison the dragon now, do we?
And his eyes kind of glance at your belt. They just kind of widen when you realize you're wearing the dragon's head on your belt. Granted, he could have probably fought the dragon and won, but that would have committed himself to it. Horde of slings at your back end. You guys know how those slings can work against you.
While everyone's talking, I'm going to sit down right where I've been standing on the back of this guy and go through his I'm going to loot the body. Go through his pouches and whatnot.
So as you're asking
Just
for
like sitting
plans,
This
cross-legged
serious
on top of
conversation.
and it's like booming across his chamber. We were debating whether we should feed it to the dragon or sell it to the humans.
Winter apples are the bad ones.
Do you say that?
No. I'm speaking out of character. I'm trying to remember which. Yeah, the
Yes,
apples were. Yeah,
the
those were
apples give vitality. The bad apple, the winter apples take it away.
Trying to make sure.
And all of the apples make twig blights when we plant the seeds. Yeah, are you just letting the silence echo through the room so the goblins can go next and laugh?
Because obviously there's going to be a new plan. This was just soft copper crown.
Yep. Oh, and you just see him cringe with that. He's like, that's the only crown we found down here. You don't know how long it is to import one of those.
So I will wait for the bugbear to rejoin us. And
Okay, so as soon as you finish your interrogation, one of the goblins, you can't quite tell which one because he immediately nimbly escapes with a cluster to hide who he is, but snickerings turns into and it dives back in the group, and you can't really tell which one it was. As this, the cleric, go ahead and try another medicine roll. After you've bled out the poisonous humors.
Right.
As the rogue is like rifling through the Hobgoblin, pulling out
Ribs. I mean,
pulling out one shiny gold coin that apparently was left in his pocket.
Yeah. So 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically a little CPR there at the end. And he coughs and wakes up. After you notice you got like your arms sliced open and you've got one of those little funnel things that the old doctors use to help bleed you out, a puddle of your blood there.
You're welcome.
That's been proven not to work. In a soft voice. I'm just letting you know.
They're there.
It was a good show.
your taps put it back out again.
They're there.
but you're conscious now, so doesn't that counter that point?
True.
She didn't kill you.
I take it with one.
Well, you're not dead.
Oh, I wanted to know if he's got any food or drink on him.
He does not. But there's plenty of food over by where the throne is,
I
where the
wanted
guys
to
are all hanging out in the little table of servings that are fresh and
Well,
delicious
I'll
stuff.
go over and take some.
Is the bugbear conscious now?
The bugbear is awake.
I am.
You are. You rise and you realize this room.
Is your
When
oily
you were
slick
last
able to be
awake-
canceled?
Yeah, that actually dropped as soon as I dropped, so it would have started to recede.
So you look around. This room has changed completely since you got where you were last awake. You look. The paladin is sitting on the throne doing the whole Conan thing. The chief is on his knees next to his little bush, almost like protectively between the paladin and it. The goblin has walked over there and is stealing food from the platter next to him, just literally eating almost right over his head.
Not exactly what I planned, but I'm glad that my plan came together.
The hobgoblin that stabbed you is
Now
sitting
you're in
there,
my chair.
sitting there where he was standing on one knee with the sword, and he's looking at the throne, watching this little exchange going on, completely not caring about you getting CPR.
Who?
The bugbear, the hobgoblin that killed you or dropped
okay.
you. He's on the ground on one knee watching who's the throne drama.
Mm-hmm.
Oblivious to you, coughing yourself back to consciousness.
Yeah. We're not
You
good.
notice there's a dead bugbear a dead hobgoblin right in front of you.
Right.
Big, nasty stab wound in the neck, still spurting out.
And I look to the one that's not paying attention to me, and I just say, "We're not through."
And he's not looking at you, he's looking at the throne, and you just kind of see his muscles tense, like breathes. He's a
But
hobgoblin.
there's a bigger picture here.
He thinks he's better than you, even though he might not see it coming.
And I just kind of brush off my vizier's collar, and I move up next to the throne.
Okay?
I'm not going to bow to him.
You've already spent enough time on the floor.
I knew it before he was this cool.
He knew me before the
yes,
toilet.
the bugbear hipster.
He's wearing a beret now instead of a crown.
He's
Has
grooming
sock
everything
garters on
down.
for some reason.
He's got some spellbook glasses.
Right. Asking for some coffee.
Artisanal coffee. I've got an artisanal soul.
Gets on his little
He
pixie
needs
bike.
artisanal fuel. Okay, so you guys have the run of the room. Everyone is waiting to find out what you guys are saying. Goblins, it's funny because of the giggle and they kind of keep sliding across the wall to be completely opposite of all of you, except for as they look to the side, and then the goblin that hasn't been following them slowly oozes to the floor with a blood smear on the wall. And then they're just kind of like murmuring to themselves of how that just happened.
Silent death.
Silent death.
So chief.
I'll explain how the new council works.
How does the council?
It's not
I don't know
a
yet.
kingdom. This is the council.
Are you pointing to your teammates
Yes.
or the people in the room? Okay. So you're your war chief or chief?
And just that the plans will change, and we'll work to enrich all our lives, but ours mostly.
Rich, I like that.
So
Words.
the ex-chief kind of looks up at you and almost makes eye contact and says, "What is your bidding, chief?" You just barely hear me hit the disdain in the chief part. He rolled his deception so well that you barely are picking up a hint of disdain in his voice. It's there, but it's a hint.
I'm going to whack him on the back of the skull with my quarterstaff because I did walk up next to him. So I just...
Oh.
That is a 19 to hit, so
That will
I'm
hit.
doing subdual, so
Okay.
6 points of damage. Crack him on
You
the back.
crack him in the head. You see his head pop forward, and like a little trickle of blood come around from the side. As he's looking straight at the ground, and you can just see he's trying to keep his shit maintained.
I think you should try it again. We're supposed to be friendlier now. Not friends, friendlier.
As he's just looking at her, my chief, may I speak to this bugbear?
You may. Keep in mind the discussion we had about counsel, that you answer to him as well. Because the next shot comes from me.
Granted, he could breathe on me right now and I could fall over. But it's all about posturing right now.
It's all about presentation.
It's all about the
It's all
presentation.
I'm like the only one who doesn't care about posturing.
he's
I'm
there.
like eating, like stuffing my face with like cheese.
He's kneeling there. So you came up there. Are you to the side or are you right here? Like
Yeah, to
against
the
the
side
wall?
of him, basically.
You're not in the Sparta position?
No. Oh no. So I cracked him upside the head, or on the back of the head. Subdual. And he would realize that his head's probably got little birds floating around, so he wasn't intending to.
He gets up. And for a second, you see the old chief. He swells with muscles. He crinkles it. He does the shoulder crinkle as he looks you square in the chest. And then up in the eyes.
Right.
Because you are a 7-foot tall bugbear with arms that are almost touching his ankles. And he looks at you. And in all seriousness, know your betters, bugbear. You serve the hobgoblins.
No. That's not how it's going to work. That's not what we agreed upon.
That's not what I just explained.
You obviously misunderstood.
Let me do this. I have this huge sword and I want to do this.
Should we just let the goblins have at it? There's probably a lot of pent-up aggression.
Hit him where it hurts. He
Oh,
loves his
In the
little
pride.
plant.
Oh.
Destroy the plant.
Oh my god, it's all of a sudden cleric.
Destroy
Whispers, destroy it where it hurts. I can hear you saying this in the moment of silence, and he's just looking at the bugbear, and you say this, and you just see him just dead. But let's see if he can stick close here.
Thanks, worm tongue.
You just see a single tear come down his eyes. You say that.
You're back in line.
Know your betters, bugbear. And he just defensively starts shrinking back, like he's submitting to you, oh master. And he kind of
He's not gonna
defensively gets between the bush and danger.
Did you want to finish that fight? I think there was some sort of thing going.
Yeah, so he's just going to be a problem.
That's he's going to not be a problem, and it seems like you really want to.
Are you having this conversation over
I
him?
did the whole sword thing, and I wanted to use it, and now I haven't gotten a chance to.
At this point, one of the hobgoblin, the one who slipped the throne earlier and didn't really get to do jack diddly, he is going to go up there and basically punch the chief and say, "Chief, war chief, great, powerful chief." He's just adjusting to the new changes.
Right after he
I
finished saying what he did, real quick though, I'm just going to go like a harumph, and then just turn my back on him again and walk over to the goblins and quickly start telling them orders, clean up the mess, and go clean up the room because that's not how we're going to live here.
As they start shredding the dead hobgoblin's clothes to mop up his blood.
And then go clean up all that shit and piss off there. Yeah.
At Don't worry.
Let us know if you find any kobolds.
We hate kobolds.
They're gone.
But obviously not killing our god.
Kobolds gone.
I head.
Worm Slayer.
Yes. Actually, I tossed the head to Giggle Sword.
It's about a dog-sized dragon head.
No,
The
it's a
It's a
dragon.
dragon head. Oh, yeah.
It's a dead
awesome.
dragon's head. That's
I,
bigger than your head.
I catch it and tumble with it because I assume it's too big for me to actually catch.
You
Gracefully.
can make something out of it.
Like a helmet.
No, I stand
It's a
up
really big
incredibly
helmet.
happy with this like shit-eating grin.
As they just look at you and they're like, where did you come from?
I'm not going to answer.
By the way, you were definitely sensing a positive reaction from the goblins with your slaying of the hobgoblin. They're looking at you with like pure respect, and they're not.
That's
gonna
right,
fuck with
guys. This is what respect looks like.
you. They're gonna wait till you leave before they steal your shit.
Right.
Like they're going to be able to.
They respect and fear you enough not to steal it in front of you.
It's good. It's good. I can't say the same for myself.
They know you have one shiny gold coin. They saw you take it.
That's true.
And you, they look over respected. The big hobgoblin tried to thrash you. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, ch-ch-ch-ch-ch.
And while they're, I'll confidently, because I get to recover half my ammo and I fire 2 shots, so my shot will come from his leg that I recover.
And you're just getting a, oh, as they start now dragging the body out of the room. And then all of a sudden one of the guys like, why did we take it out of the room? Put it in the hole! And you just see them like all working together.
I help. I'm going to help throw him down
Pick
this
it up
hole.
the 2 feet. It needs to go over to the lip, and then it slowly falls down, and you're. And then a wet water balloon squish sound. Which, by the way, those who couldn't survive can roll survival to see how far that went before it's flat.
Yeah, I see.
That is a survival sounding thing.
Oh, apparently my ears were a little clogged. I only got an 8.
Man,
You're
what
at
I
a
do?
-1.
It sounded like
I'm trained in survival.
14.
I made 3. I've got
you
plus 2.
think it's less than 100 feet,
Survival.
more than 50 feet.
Gotcha.
So I got one more.
Yeah, I don't think
15.
you're getting it
A
access.
15? Okay, so 15, you're like to your keen bugbear ears. It sounded like about 80-foot fall before it went splat into like a. Didn't sound like on stone. It sounded like on soft dirt.
Okay.
And you hear some weird rustling, like plants and bushes. So at this
What's-
point, the goblins.
What's at the bottom of the pit?
Who are you asking?
Mr. John Dignam?
Are you going to ask one of the goblins or
No,
the
I'm
hobgoblin?
going to ask the hobgoblin. I want to just check and see where
ex-chief?
he's at. Yeah.
Okay. He looks at you. Does the whole hobgoblin royal salute. My chief, my name is Durin. It is the realm of the druid that down there. There's a human who's made a garden in the underneath. For a time, we used to throw him prisoners for his garden. And he used to give us the apples and
Let's
trade.
go down there.
Occasionally, he would
Yes,
trade
thank
us
you.
special berries and potions that he would brew. He was the one that insisted we allow the kobolds to survive, as they were useful fodder, but we knew better. We haven't spoken to him in quite some time, but he's still down there. Give me an insight roll. Okay, Megatron, you got your star screen now.
Oh, inside. That's straight.
It's constantly waiting to stab you. Die.
Yeah. 17.
17. He's hiding something about the druid. Or he's,
Is this the former chief?
this is the former chief, yeah.
Okay, so now I'm annoyed.
What annoys you? And he's literally doing this. He's looking at the ground.
I'm getting everybody's attention.
What is annoying you, Great Chief?
Shut it. I'm getting everybody in the room's attention.
Okay, goblins stop doing their work.
I want you guys to pay attention. What happens when you cannot learn to adjust fast enough?
Sweet.
What do you do?
Yeah. So I've been kind of like limbering up.
So you give him the signal?
Is Durin still on his knees?
Yeah, he's still on his knees, so it means melee does have advantage, by the way.
Okay.
So what signal do you give your executioner, by the way? Is it that...
Yeah, just the fact he's like, please,
just one. I just need one swing. Just out of nowhere, just kind of like, getting the feel for the blade.
Take 3 steps to get there.
And then, it's just, there's like, he's not paying attention, he's answering him. Just come around, just bring it overhand, and then down, right on his neck.
Don't forget you have advantage.
God. Well, that's something.
What'd you get? Is it better than 10?
Yeah, no, I already had advantage.
Is it better than 10?
Yes, it is better than 10. Okay.
Roll for damage. He wasn't moving, he wasn't expecting it. He thought you were gonna smack him or chastise him or something.
8. 8 plus 1, so 9 damage. 9 damage.
9 damage on top of what he already took.
Well, he did take some duel, yeah.
Yeah, and as well as, his teammate punching him as well. You swing down, and there's a moment of silence as everyone's watching, as you just do this beautiful swing. And then how does it look when you turn away after you do your execution swing?
So the black blade comes down, cuts into the neck, and as I pull it away, the blood just doesn't stick to the blade. It just slides off.
So there's this streak on the floor, not on the blade.
And there's a darkness that comes with it, and it kind of seeps onto my hands. Like, okay. Yeah.
Everybody's doubting what they just saw. Was it just a trick of the eyes? Was it just the momentary glimpse away from the execution? As there's a half second of pure silence in the room. And then the head just peels and just bumps on the floor.
So in this very serious moment, Giggle Snort is going to take a seat on this guy's leg that just died, and reach into his pouches.
Slow clap.
I would like to go over and get his little potted plant and hand it to Ty.
It's in the plant. It can extend root, so it's rooted, but it's terrified of what it just saw.
Okay.
So it looks like it's ready to attack somebody if anyone gets close to it.
I'm going to pick up the skull. Or the head.
The head?
And I'm going to set it on the arm of the throne.
That'll give you some intimidation points.
Okay. So as this Giggle Snort jumps up there on his lap and immediately starts to rifle through his pockets, where the stump is, all of a sudden a little hint of gold chain, or it looks gold, at least in the blood, kind of glints down the stump and dangles like there's something tucked in his shirt.
Perfect.
As you whip it out, and it's a few different keys. Looks like the types of doors that you got through to get here.
Hey guys, look, I'll be the key keeper.
The key master.
Yeah.
The key guy.
There's no word in Goblin for key keeper. It's key master. As you go through his pockets.
Are you a god?
You always say yes.
Yeah, I was already there.
You see that on his finger, he's got a signet ring that obviously is not his. because it looks like it's of human design.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to toss the keys to you.
Okay. Bloody necklace with keys.
Yeah, I'll take the ring though.
Okay, so you...
What does it look like? If it won't come off, I'm taking the finger.
Just bite the finger off.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge roll. See if you can recognize what it might be. You have lived with humans before.
It's true.
It is true.
It's just
your intel base.
19.
Oh my god.
Thank
You actually do recognize the ring, as you're pulling it off, it glints. And the moment it glints, you have this like little flashback scene of when you were living in the rooftops of the human town. And all of a sudden a bunch of really rich humans on horseback come riding by, and you recognize the symbol is on the tabards that their men-at-arms were wearing. And this gray-haired guy had this big, beautiful version of that ring, but it was twice the size with garnets and diamonds and wrapped around it. And obviously he's of some noble house, and it's some hoity-toity noble house signet ring.
Awesome. Yeah, put it that way.
So its description is hoity-toity signet ring.
Of the house hoity-toity.
And it's worth about 20 gold if you just sell it for just street value. I'm pretty sure a signet ring would probably be better than that, but... And
I'm a hoarder. I don't think that...
And you did notice when you threw the keychain to him, one of those keys probably belongs to a chest.
Maybe I should have kept it. All right. Did we come by a chest that we were the key?
Nobody's looking around the throne. He's just sitting on it, camping it out.
No, maybe we came by a chest last.
So, as someone comes...
I'll start looking around
the remaining hobgoblin? Because how many hobgoblins are
There's
left?
4 total.
2 are dead.
Down to 2 bros.
Okay, so Durin is dead.
Yep.
And one of his bros is dead.
Yeah, cave guy.
Okay, so there are 2 left.
There's 2 left.
How are they taking this?
They're taking it. They are accepting it as this is the price of business. Obviously, they want to do what goblins do, which is serve the biggest badass, because that's the guy that will lead you to glory and fucking riches.
Okay.
The greatest samurai is the one that leads the tribe in the Hobgoblin Bushido code. More of the Kubla Khan style code, but you get the gist.
Yeah.
Anyone can challenge the chief for leadership. Or you're just kicking the door and slaughtering as a group.
Right.
You guys know your robe first. You guys notified who their betters were. So
I'm assuming that there's going to be less trouble adapting to change now.
And you just literally get this, yes, chief.
After I've done moving the bodies, I'm going to search for them.
Okay, she's just like sneaking around. But while you're doing that, our cleric, I almost see her as Hagrid, Vulture, at least from that last part of is going to the plant that looks terrified and ready to jump in her face at the same time. What are you doing?
I'm not getting in too much range because I don't want to get smacked.
But it seems very agitated and violent, but it was trained not to attack hobgoblins.
You have a staff, right? Can I use it for something?
Stick.
Yes, you just did medicine. That's all about all you did.
Yeah, well, you'll live.
HMOs, man, HMOs. They just heal you enough to get you off the dungeon floor and charge you for everything later on.
Just
need
take
a new doctor.
take a short rest, you'll be fine.
Right. I already did. So I can't use that.
So what I want to do is borrow his staff and just slightly poke at it. See?
It immediately, it kind of like unfurls itself and swipes at the stick. As soon as you violate its personal space, it defends itself.
Stop violating.
And you notice like the roots are completely retracting out of its feet. and its eyes are just glowing red. Now, one thing you notice is the eyes of the ones you saw on the surface that freshly fed were a lot more bloody. Give me an insight roll.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Wrong movement.
That's healing.
No, I was-
Healing. Light yourself.
It just.
Light yourself.
I've been kind of taking interest because again, I'm from the forest. I kind of been a little.
I'll give you an insight roll as well since you
Yeah.
studied them.
Because, I got
13.
Huh?
That's what I have advantage with them. I'm studying them.
Well, do I have advantage on actually?
On the survival or the insight, yeah.
Okay, sorry, if I get advantage. Well, it's still 13.
Okay, so you're getting the idea that it keeps looking at its master.
What's that blood?
Maybe. You do
Yeah, I don't
remember
think we
that
should.
they're
I don't
vampire-
think we should let it
No.
get around this blood.
No.
They are little vampire shits.
We should get rid of the body.
Yeah. Well, no. We should get rid of it.
Both?
Yeah.
And it is this creepy little tree thing that curls up on itself.
Yeah, those creepy trees.
And he slowly wiggles its toes and roots start coming out of its toes.
Okay, we need to torch this thing.
Yeah. I'm at a minimum. I'm pulling one of my swords out.
Oh, there's torches in the walls.
Okay.
This room is lit
Oh,
up.
True. Yeah. I'm grabbing one of those torches and I'm putting it to the.
You're grabbing the torch and heading towards it threateningly?
Yes.
Oh,
I want this.
Oh man,
My flaw is
can't wait to see
my-
when we go. Oh look, the goblin was just murdered by a shrubbery.
my flaw is violence. I mean, I must be. I think I don't. This thing is unnatural. And it's from the. It's unnatural.
It's unnatural.
It's unnatural foresty thing, and that I must.
Do me a favor, as you're all watching this bizarre moment take place, roll initiative.
Nope. I refuse.
17.
Okay, so you've got initiative on it. As you grab the sconce, you're just like, this thing's unnatural.
Yeah.
And you're running right towards it, and it sees you. It's getting ready to react, but as soon as you pull the torch from the wall, its eyes just double in size as it's looking at the fire, and you can practically hear it saying in your mind, I'm good. I'm good!
Good to know.
As you...
This is your house forgiven.
4 with I don't know what bonuses I would get for that.
you could add your dex to it.
Yeah, my dex is.
So you swing the
watch this
torch
play
at
out.
it in classic monster movie style.
Yeah.
You swing it threateningly in its
Yeah,
face, but not close enough to hit it.
Yeah.
Still gauging distance.
Yeah, that must be it. That must be what they call that. Okay, so
Gotta work your range, Ranger.
Ranger danger. Next time, get the flaming arrows.
Yeah, I know. I was considering with the grease trap of potentially lighting one of my arrows. See, I asked about lighting the arrows and poof.
So it's going to take a defensive slash from you. And you guys are all watching him wave the torch all ineffective, and it's going with its mighty 5 as these two are having this bizarre slap fight.
This mighty
Did you
slap
make a new
fight
friend?
And
It's great entertainment.
it's going to get up out of the pot immediately, and it's running for the hole. You do get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, swing it. This probably I think like proficiency in dex I get 11.
He goes whoosh, and it like ducks underneath, just like one of its twigs break off and poof in flame, and it's diving into the hole.
Can I just swing my staff out like a bat?
Come on, it's earned its freedom.
You would have an attack of opportunity as it goes by you. Let's see if it can make its dex save.
See how this worked out how this worked out for you last time?
Don't judge me.
You have how many hit points?
I've got 1 hit point.
Okay,
Thank you.
That would be a 22 to hit
that would hit the poor little bastard.
for 9 points. And I'm trying to keep it. I'm going to try to knock it back toward him.
So it goes zipping by, and it's like, and you just bash, and it goes flying.
I'm not going to try for that.
Oh, no, Fred.
I just...
You are not diving for dice, you little goblin. As all of a sudden you bat it, and you interrupted its movement, so it's back in front of the goblin with the torch, and it's just looking around with like sheer raving terror in its eyes.
It's the best way for them to be.
So your
Yeah,
turn.
12 plus 17.
Roll me a 1d6 plus 1 for fire, and your strength bonus if you have it.
2, 3, 4. So
immediately you hit it. I mean, you heard wood cracking and breaking, and it almost sounded like bird whistles. As all of a sudden, the ranger who probably made the bird whistle sound because he's thanking you for throwing it,
Right.
It's like the guy from Silverhawk talks and whistles. And he immediately just smashes straight down on its head with the torch, and it just immediately goes up in flames. And you're just getting this horrible as this thing's like consuming instantly in the flames. And he's probably making that noise.
Yeah. No, it's like, be gone.
Something tells me he's
Be
probably
gone,
dancing
foul
and jigging
shrub.
around it.
Be gone, foul shrub.
As everyone's just, oh, no, you didn't.
Sometimes you just need a do-over. Swing the torch again.
And then all of a sudden, ominously, from the hole, you hear the echoes of the scream. And then all of a sudden, you hear another scream. Then another scream.
I think we
There's one less to deal with.
And then you hear this chorus of screams that turn into this weird, bizarre baby sound, almost like baby.
You start pouring some kindling down this hole.
Yeah. Like I said, we earned it.
I have some flasks of oil.
As all the goblins that are just stepping away from the hole.
Any way to get rid of the vines so they can't... Let's get rid of the vines.
Torches?
Yeah.
Any burnable materials thrown down the bottom of the hole, followed by the torches and the sconces.
Oh, there's
I'm
remnants,
gonna
right? There's
calmly
dust
walk
remnants.
over to the hole and pour a flask of oil down it, and then walk over to him and get the torch.
It's funny because she pours the oil and there's like this 8-second delay before you're hearing water spilling on the ground. Then she stops and you're still hearing the oil spilling on the ground.
And then I drop the torch down.
I think you said it was about 80 feet.
Mm-hmm. And as you're cutting the roots because you're damn sensible like that. God's a sensible person.
Yeah, I'm not sensible, but you are.
So now you're gonna need a boost because you are the height of this wall. You're like a few inches higher than this wall.
I don't need a boost to go like
Are you
this.
gonna climb? No, just look down.
Oh, no, I don't care what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get anything in my face.
Is anyone looking down? I mean, you can look down.
I am, because I'm cutting everything.
I'm just going to go outside.
As you look over, you see the torch she dropped go fluttering down, and then all of a sudden it hits, obviously where the oil is, because it takes a second, it hits, like kind of dims for a second, but then the flames flare up once it warms the oil up. And you see that it looks almost like a refuse pile down there. There's those old leaves which are immediately catching fire because the vines apparently shed leaves pretty often. And you see these vines, as they go down, they become like thick-ass vines. Something easily climbable down there.
Well, it was.
Yeah. Well, you never know because the vines are rooting as they go up. So you can cut the tops, but like the last 3 feet are no longer stable, but down below might be. Until you're seeing this fire starting to catch in the pile and spreading, and you're noticing that bits of the brush down there are moving away from the flames. As all of a sudden you catch a glint of blood red eyes as they look up at you from the brush pile, and the leaves fall off, and you realize it's more twig blights.
Oh shit.
How many of them?
And
are
then
on
all
fire?
of a sudden, you see a almost familiar face to you in the flames. All of a sudden, up runs a furry figure and looks up at you, and you recognize a bugbear face.
It's not me.
And the bugbear looks up at you guys, and he gives you this gesture like, "What the fuck?
Oops.
What's going on up there?"
Sorry, it was an accident.
And he's...
We're downsizing. We didn't need you anymore. We've already got one.
Shut up. You're not looking down at the moment.
Are you? So you
You're
stand
always
next to
looking
him,
down.
And he's just giving this look like, "What are you doing?" And he immediately takes his axe and he's like trying to shovel the flaming stuff to put it out. He's not doing that great of a job, by the way.
He's not very smart. He's not smart like me.
It's not like as eventually, if you guys are just going to keep watching him,
I mean, what can we really do at this point?
Shoot
There's
arrows.
there's a big fire.
Arrows.
I need help to get up there.
Experience.
Oh,
Come on. It's like that twig light.
I got rid of the
You
foul
bagged on it, but
shrub.
it's
the wizard's
experience.
going full meta here.
I got rid of the foul shrub.
I've taken my battle axe or the hand axe and wedged it in the door so it can't be opened from the inside.
Oddly enough, in his belts.
I yelled down there, "Hey, by the way, did you find an axe?"
Oh, here's my axe! God damn it!
Who dropped this? You could have hurt someone.
Someone with this.
Just throw it up. It's 80 feet, you're fine.
Can you climb up a little bit and bring it up with you?
Just
you. Not the.
What's with the bugbear down there? I'm looking at this other hobgoblin.
Do you ask him?
Yeah.
He must be the druid guy.
That's Gorid. He feeds the twig blights that don't attack us. We throw him down humans or whatever else we can catch, and he feeds them. As long as we keep them fed, he allows us down there, or at least he used to. I mean, now we have to trick some of the blights because they're multiplying so fast.
Yeah. It's a bad problem to have, isn't it? Lost on you.
Oh god. The
As
diplomats are
down
enjoying
below,
it.
you're hearing grunting and climbing sounds. He's climbing up. He climbed up like 10 feet and then slid back down. Who threw the oil down here?
That was part of the accident.
I like her.
As you're probably just standing next to her going, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Uppy.
I'm gonna tie the rope
There was a
around
whole
my
lot
waist
of
and I'm gonna
tossing and-
lower it down and start helping him climb up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Some of the goblins, they got a little crazy.
Funny.
And still with your help in the rope, he's just barely maintaining his advance, which means he's not going up or down.
Can I then
So
just
you
start
can,
lifting?
you can go ahead and pull him up.
Okay.
What's your strength?
16. I think.
Oh yeah, you can pull him up.
Plus, I'm braced up against.
So
the next
after
rope.
a few minutes, the bugbear looks at you and he gives you this look. Bro, man. Bugbear bro. Big beefy hand reaching up 10 feet up to you as you can reach your big beefy hand 10 feet down to him.
and I'm lifting
And then
up.
Haroof! Big jump out of the thing as he looks around and kind of looks.
We're under new management.
Looks in your hand. Looks in your hand. Looks at you. Gives you the nod. I never liked him anyway.
Yeah, that
Seem
whole fire
trustworthy?
thing was the goblins,
That's-
like I said.
As you hear, and you just see the bugbear cringe. He makes this look of like, oh my god.
Cool. So now we have another bugbear. I don't feel
Yay,
so
because that's been so helpful so
They're
far.
multiplying.
I'll remember that.
The bugbear will remember this.
Now there's
What
two
was his
bugbears
name?
at him. What's that?
Ernick? What was his name?
Ernick?
Murnick?
Ernick.
Ernick.
Like an urn.
Okay.
And a nick, like a cat. together, my brother. We shall kill them all in their sleep. Why do you think he was down the hole? The only way you can trust a bugbear? Put him down the hole!
The only good bugbear is a dead bugbear.
Why did we start something with the twig blights? Oh, Chief.
They're foul. They are foul, unnatural shrubbery.
It was incredibly amusing to watch.
That too.
Well, I admit they dance to the fires well, but isn't this counterproductive to getting to the treasure of the druid?
Well, with them out of the way, actually, it's not.
But the chieftain said, and he looks down at the body of the ground, "You are right, Chief." There's almost that was my plan, and then, oh, yeah, management. As he gives the look of he is like all for killing and maiming things.
It's a hostile take on it.
Very nice.
Yeah, I have no idea where this went after. That's why this turned into a schmoz to begin with. So, what was the plan to use them to get the druids' treasure?
You talking with the bugbear?
Yeah.
We killed the humans and killed the druid and take what we want from the tree. If it gives us any problems, we burn the tree.
But then, doesn't the druid maintain the tree?
We burn them all.
This is why bugbears are useless.
He just hasn't thought it through.
Okay.
It's only been a couple of years.
I don't think the previous management.
And by the way, there's
thought
really
that through.
stinky smoke coming out of the circle hole now.
Oops.
All right, everybody, you're in at
I
once.
hope that there's no ventilation and it fills the room and kills them all.
Since you're elsewhere.
Okay, so
Is there a lid that we can put on this?
He looks at you. Why would we want a lid?
Round
Smoke.
There's never been fire before.
But smoke.
there is now.
You could throw some goblins down there.
I scooter.
We'll throw you first.
Kind of shirks back, especially since he sees your holy symbol. What is your plan, Chief?
I'm just trying to follow this plan where you burn the trees that that are the treasure you're looking for, and there's a problem in it.
We're well on our way to burning it all. Unfortunately.
Yes. Fire. Fire is a good plan.
The access to the
I'm
trees.
glad you thought of it, Chief, and started the fire.
The access to the tree is down there.
Correct. The hole leads to the druids underground.
Oh, man.
It's
But
where
now-
the tree is
But
growing.
now we're getting rid of the vermin. So
Right.
it'll be an easier.
And also the means to get down there.
There's room.
Is there another access point to the underground?
There's supposedly a crack that the druid knows about that he says he can get into the Underdark. But we've always just used the well's entrance because he doesn't let us in the tree's chamber. And once we send human slaves, they never come back. They just mill about in the room talking to the druid somehow.
And the fire's going.
It doesn't seem to be spreading. It's just like smoldery leaf fire, you know.
We could probably get like a round shield with some sort of a table and put it over top of it until it stops.
Too bad you don't have
They just leave
a
the
carpenter in
room.
the group.
Huh?
Could leave the room.
Yeah, you could just leave the room and close the door.
The goblins are cleaning up the next room.
Yeah, they are cleaning
It
up,
probably
and,
smells like
and,
blade
and pretty
already.
much about this moment, Goblin kicks in the door, and there's a plate of cooked food, some kind of burnt meat.
Wearing a bow tie.
Walk by, grab a piece, go find a place to sit down.
Great Chief, come enjoy feast in your honor.
Things are changing. Rapidly.
You almost got
What do
this
I-
like Ewok scene with the goblins just singing and there's food cooking.
No, I won't light them on fire. Actually, walk.
Num num.
No, we need ground troops, like the worthless ones.
Fodder.
I mean, as goblins that are
Unless
wanting
they-
an army, this is kind of the grassroots of
I was
the
gonna say,
cannon fodder army.
Unless they show they're worth something, and then they can,
Yeah, so I get to stay.
and be queen of the goblins.
Otherwise, they'll just, send them in. They'll chew them up, chew up the enemy.
Just keep throwing more goblins down.
Right?
Who knew all the twig lights immediately evolved on all that goblin blood? So, since you guys close the chamber, seal it out so the smoke can end up turning into greasy stains on the ceiling, because it's really getting smoky in there.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Looks
Okay.
like smoky entire
So you
place.
seal the doors, put some wet cloths in there, and you basically are taking the clean corner to take a long overdue rest.
Yes.
Okay, so they basically build up this high mound for you,
Overdue.
and basically
Really overdue.
your comrades in council, they built this nice little area where they're making like carpety stuff and hanging some tapestries to give you privacy, and like every now and then you see goblins
Little kids.
because they're all whispering.
Hire a goblin with a stick. Everything.
Do you?
Oh.
There will gladly be a goblin, even amongst your goblins, that will take that job.
Just waiting for a goblin to open them and poke him with a stick in the eye.
I need flaming stick, master. It hurts more. Okay, so you basically you're
Take a
making a
rest.
brute squad to keep you guys from being bothered.
Yes.
Okay, and you guys get all the nice fed. You're eating. What you realize at one point is the dragon's corpse they must have found when they were told the kobolds are gone. They've like dove in the other room or looting through there. It's something probably made from kobold eggs.
Sucking marrow from the dragon bones.
Dragon soup.
Maybe a dragon leg, maybe a small kobold. But it's meat.
Potato, potato.
Meat is meat. And you can all take a long rest and get your hit points back. And as soon as you go close your eyes, you immediately feel a golden glow around you. And it goes, ka-ding!
Oh.
As you have all struck your level 2 rank. Which means when you wake, you will have all kinds of cool new things that you can do. Granted, you've done way more than level 1s were ever intended to do, but that's the magic of Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
Just hopefully means we're closer to it.
And remember, if you have inspiration, fighter, mark it down in your character sheet.
Would I have inspiration left over from the violence that I was?
Do you have a...
I have a flaw of violence.
Then yes, you would.
That's
Oh, I know. He kept going. I have
Well,
so
my
many.
flaw is it's not stealing if I need it more.
Then you have one as well. Now the question is, are you guys planning on going down below next, or are you planning on going to the surface? Search it there. So your chicken knows.
Where the hell are we going to start shit?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can't spend, time
I
let
just
the fire
follow-
burn down and then go
I just
down.
follow around.
Follow our path of chaos.
So down the hole.
Yeah, I think we need to take care of the
And
down below first.
great and
That sounds
powerful paladin of tyranny. Give me a roll of either intimidation, depending on what your management style, basically, or diplomacy type of thing. Are you using threats of violence or charm?
it's like it's all full.
Or threats of charm and
That
violence?
was very deceptive.
Yeah, I know.
Charming violence.
It was.
I'm just wondering what your management style is, so I know if you leave them
Someone
out of
did point
eyesight,
like,
how they will
play a
react.
little dice pit. It's a little. You should put them in.
Does everyone
just
have
in
their
case
mini?
something slightly pops out.
You
I got
want us to
mine.
hold on
Okay.
to it?
I think I'm the only.
No, I just meant anyone who has their own.
I think I'm the only one who's a custom.
So persuasion would be the one that would probably work for.
You're going for persuasion, establishing a society of goblins based on the ancient goblin empire that you knew.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Wow, you just threw everything all over the floor and you're not even going to pick it up. are you?
I'm so sorry.
You even dropped Kelly's Uber Mini. If anything happened, it's on record that you did it and you die, not me. Good thing it's bubble wrapped up the ass.
It's bubble wrapped in a box.
Huh?
It's bubble wrapped in a box.
I got it. I was hoping. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was hoping for one that was a little thinner than that other book that I had, But I also knew I don't make it like as big as the player handbook, so at least stacks well. It was I got these figures that it kind of ended up demanding us to be this tall.
So it's a 20 with the bonus.
Oh, so what kind of society are you attempting to create here?
Well, we got goblins, hobgoblins, etc. Murder pops.
Sounds like a store. Hobgoblins, etc.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a store I don't want to go to.
Hobgoblins, goblins, etc.
It sounds like a store I don't want to go to.
So who are you actually putting in charge after you and your council? That's an important question.
Well, I figure we got a little bit of time to figure that out, but I'm thinking the one that punched the old boss.
Oh, interesting. The loyal strong-arm guy.
Yeah.
The guy who dreams of one day serving under a true, powerful warlord and thinks you just might be that guy. And what's that hobgoblin's name? See how I outsource that?
Okay.
Dan, what is his name?
Wow.
See how I throw this in your court?
So what all happened?
Rither.
What?
Rither.
Rither?
Rither.
R-I-T-H-A-R-D. You don't like it? Touch it.
Hey, I asked you to name it, so it's a name.
Bye, Jim.
Should not have touched
guys.
it to me.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And remember, be careful out there. There be dragons about.
Which, by the way, if anyone's interested, Saturday they're running a bunch of games here. I know I will be here for Numenera and 5th Edition. Don't know what the adventures are?
Collect the tabs.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you do the tag thing?
I'm sorry, collection.
Oh,
Right now I'm at a bowl.
for the metalwork. I will help you with that. Keeping the chair's a good plan.